Hello, everyone. Hi, how's everybody doing today? This is AJ21K, and I have an announcement. Well, I got two announcements. First and foremost, happy half birthday to me. Yes, half birthday. No, I do not celebrate half birthdays, but this is a special one because my godfather's birthday was also today, too. He died 6 years ago on Super Bowl Sunday, hours before the game when my Broncos lost terribly to the Seahawks. But that's not why I'm only here. Happy half birthday to me myself, and happy birthday, technically yesterday to be honest, for my godfather. Rest in peace to my heavenly godfather, the only one that I respected when I first loved him so much. Speaking of my godfather, I have a tattoo of my godfather, Elvin. You can't see it from here real careful, but yeah, this is good enough. That was my first announcement. Now I'm going to get to the second and most important one. As far as my running crew, my running friends, and to Omaha Running Club, the city where I am in, Omaha, the running club, I honestly have to say this, not because of the Omaha Running Club, but because of my running career in general. I have had a lot of friends screw me over. I've had a lot of friends ruin my reputation. I have had one certain person I hope to God never exists ever in again. And not to mention, I had someone who said I didn't have this, and supposedly this girl was a lesbian and didn't admit I had this certain thing. And supposedly she's known me for 10 years saying, I don't have this, I don't have this. Well, are you a doctor? Don't fucking talk then. And a mastermind bully himself in running says I was trying to be a pervert, now assuming I'm a pedophile now. And to be honest, I would whoop the fucking shit out of him because I don't condone that. I don't accept that. I don't even want to hang out with any of those people who are confirmed pedophiles. I've never done a single drug in my entire life, legal, illegal, or vaping. And I'm talking about smoking any drugs. You're going to be shocked. You're shocked I'm saying this. Yeah, because I'm 30-something years old. I'm in my 30s now. I have never smoked a single drug in my life. I have done alcohol. That doesn't mean I drink excessively, though. I was taught better to drink responsibly. One time, they didn't think I was going to drink. They didn't think I was going to walk. They didn't think I was whatever the hell you can think of. But when someone says I don't have a disability, and they say, and this supposed lesbian who's known me for 10 years wants me to think that I don't believe that, I'm like, go to a fucking doctor and someone will get diagnosed because I was diagnosed. I don't do that fucking garbage to cheat the system. Unfortunately, a fucker face that's a triathlete who wants to be a cop who treats me like this and saying that he's worked with people like me who have this certain disability. And supposedly he treats me like shit, but suppose he wants to be a cop, a super trooper. Imagine if that was another person with the same disability I had. It would not end well for him. He's very lucky I'm more educated than any other person who has that disability like me. I hope to God the state trooper police academy does not accept this motherfucker. And as far as to the lesbian bitch who actually says I don't have this disability, well, somehow you need to understand I don't care. You're not a doctor. If you're a doctor, then someone tell me I don't have it. If you're not, shut the hell up. Omaha Running Club may be on my shit list, or I may be on their shit list. But you want to know what? I'll give them one credit, though, for some of this. I still have friends in Omaha Running Club who still support me. I still have running club friends who understand me. But the one thing I hate the most about Omaha Running Club is that they will accept anyone gay, lesbian, transgender, but they can somehow frown upon someone that's autistic. And I'm not the only autistic or someone to go away from Omaha Running Club. In fact, there were a few other autistics like me who didn't even want to be a member. I kind of didn't want to either. Luckily, I never did. And I wanted to. Don't get me wrong, I wanted to. Thank God I dodged that bullet because now, supposedly given for sticking up for myself for some motherfucker who says, "Oh, I'm a pedophile pervert," and I was mad because I tagged him in something, but he gets tagged in other shit, and that's okay. I call that special treatment alert and white privilege or black privilege or whatever privilege you can think of. You don't have to be white to be privileged. Black people can be privileged too. Any race can be privileged. But the one thing I hate the most is that when someone gets tagged, when I tag someone, oh, it's a fucking shit show. But when someone else tags him, oh, it's a no. I'm gonna tell you this, and to ask for the lesbian bitch, you want me to accept your homosexuality, but you are gonna frown upon my disability? No wonder gay people don't even want to be respected, because if you can't respect my disability, why should I accept your homosexuality? And don't get me started with transgender bullshit. I already said that already. It's okay to be gay, lesbian, or bi. It's not okay to be transgender. That's a different subject. But as far as this lesbian bitch, I accept your homosexuality. It's time for you to accept my disability. Now, as far as the one announcement I do want to say, and I'm going to say this right now because it hurts me after having a running season that I wish I would have had. Unfortunately, with the coronavirus and all the garbage and yada, 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 there's something I have to say. And this is the announcement I wanted to talk about. I held this in for too long, but I had to somehow say these three things, because I couldn't say it anymore. On November 22nd, 2020, this will be my final race for November, the season, and the year. I will not be running a race until March. Normally my off season starts in October or September, depending on what's going on. I am running one more race in 2020 on November 22nd, the week of Thanksgiving. I do want to say thank you to the people who saved me and the one who actually got me into running himself. I did do junior high and high school running. Unfortunately, I did not know there were marathons in Omaha back in the day, or even any competitions for adults ever. Because if you're not baseball, football, basketball, whatever, you're pretty much pointless. In fact, I never knew we even had a marathon in Nebraska ever. We've only had one in 2011, but 2010 at the time, but that was a different story because Facebook was on the rise at the time. Unfortunately, here's the sad situation. When I came back to run in 2011, I didn't think we had running events. I didn't think we had anything because nobody advertised anything, and internet was not as great as it is now, and social media was on the rise still at the time in 2011. It's not like it is now, unfortunately, and it's getting worse. But on November 22nd, 2020, this will be my final race for the month, the season, and the year. I will not be running until March. To the running friends who still love me today, and the running friends that I actually gained, my friend Peter, my friend Corey, Ryan, John, Brooke, and the one that the first friend I ever made in running, Janelle. I want to say thank you to all of you, and to anyone that I have idolized and still are my role models. The most important one, is the wonderful legend herself, the Pixie Ninja, Casey Lichtig. To Casey, if you are seeing this right now, you have by far been the best runner, not just in Omaha, not just in Nebraska, but you are the top 10 right now nationwide in running, especially ultramarathon running. I may be a little bigger than you, but I don't know how in the world someone not just gorgeous like you, not just awesome like you, not skinnier like you than me, of course. To be honest, I like that role model. Casey, I've known Casey well before she even became this famous. And to have a world record like that, Casey, from Blanchard to where my friend is from, my friend Matt, to all the way from Crescent and back, Casey is going to make the Olympics sooner or later. Casey Lichtig, if you make the Olympics, I will be glad to somehow be so glorified that you are not just now a rising star. You're a top 10 athlete right now in the nation. I hope to God you are become a really good role model for not just me and not just for anybody else, but for the people around the globe. My last race will be November 22nd. Can't wait for next year. Hopefully the coronavirus will be gone. I ain't guaranteeing on that. And to everyone that loved me, regardless of what race they met me in, especially the wonderful race I did in Kansas City, thank you so much. You guys really made me the best runner I've ever been. In fact, I've been much faster now compared to when I was in high school. So for that, to the running industry, to USATF, to Omaha Running Club, even though you hate my guts and don't understand, I still want to say thank you to you because, to be honest with you, you guys really did save me from not even having a running life, for not even giving me where I am, for who knows, I could have been about 250 pounds by now, but you guys saved me. As for you, Omaha Running Club, as well, thank you for not canceling the Heartland Marathon again. Even though you delayed it, it actually benefited us because it gave us a little more time to somehow recover a little bit more. To the person in charge of the Heartland Marathon, Tom Whitaker, we thank you, and I thank you, and every other runner thanks you for not canceling this race again. I was thinking, as I saw Thunder back when somehow I got to about mile 3, then mile 6 again, I'm like, please, Tom, don't cancel. And I know you're probably thinking the same thing too, Tom. Almost every runner was thinking, like, please, for the love of God, please, I don't want to see that cyclist. I don't want to see that cyclist. You did the right thing, Tom, and I'm happy that you did not cancel this race, even though you postponed it, which is, of course, I can understand that. Your running event, Heartland Marathon, saved all of us runners 2020. We've been through a lot with every single stinking race we've been through. I personally want to thank you, Tom Whitaker, for saving every single runner's 2020, including mine. That race saved my 2020. Not just my running 2020, but my 2020 in general. So to Heartland Marathon, the police that were involved, the volunteers, the staff, the water guys, any other staff, the race director, and of course, the wonderful fans that were there, including my mother, my father, and my stepmother for the first time in my life as an adult. We all thank you, and so do I. You guys have a good day. I will see you next year after this race I'm doing is done. The final race I'll be doing is Turkey Trail's 10K race. I'm not doing a half marathon this time, so I have a little bit of a benefit to slow down a little bit, to recover faster. Until then, I will see you next year after this race is over, on the next AJ 21K experience. Good luck, guys. Thank you for everything you have done, and thank you, Heartland Marathon, in general, for saving every runner's 2020. You did the right thing. Thank you.